All right, guys. So in a continuation of talking about flags, right? Because that's the big topic this week. At the New York Times columnist Myra Gay went on MSNBC and said that she was disturbed by the American flag. So the liberal media came to her defense because conservative media went after her for those ridiculous comments. And The View, aka the Liberal View, had to chime in on this, in which Sunny Hostin goes on record to say that she feels more than disturbed by the American flag. She feels threatened by the American flag, the Trump flag, and also the Confederate flag.
So for many, the flag has been a symbol of freedom. Has it taken another meaning, Sunny?
Yes, it has. And I'm so surprised, actually, that she is receiving this kind of backlash. And as Megan mentioned during the last segment, you know, when someone of color, a black woman, is telling you her feelings, people need to listen and not, you know, repudiate it and not say, well, that can't be true. Because you have, in many respects, the former disgraced, twice impeached, one-term president to thank for politicizing the American flag. Remember that on January 6th, just a few months ago, you had the Capitol rioters tearing down the flag and replacing it with the Trump flag. You had them waving the American flag and then beating police officers with that flag. That's what was going on just on January 6th. It is their country, not our country. I remember very well that there was a Confederate flag being tossed around, you know, flown around in the United States Capitol. I also remember very well when I was with my children in North Carolina in the Outer Banks with people in pickup trucks with Confederate flags flying alongside the U.S. flag. And that scared me. And the same message was there. You don't belong here. We belong here. And I was afraid of that. And so, yes, when I drive into a neighborhood and it's not July 4th and I'm not in a predominantly military household neighborhood and there are flags, American flags everywhere alongside Trump flags, alongside flags with stars in a circle, I feel threatened because the message is very clear. It's a message of white supremacy. It's a message of racism, and it's a message of their country, not my country. And I don't understand why that would receive backlash. People need to listen when I am saying, this is how I feel. This is my experience in this country.
Right. Well, that is the right of all of us, right, to have our feelings and our experience. Joy.
All right, guys. So there's a lot to unpack here, right? There's a lot to unpack here, okay? First of all, she says, well, you know, when black women are speaking, right, when they say they feel a certain way about something, then people need to listen, okay? And, you know, she's kind of saying this as if, you know, her voice should be put to the top over everybody else's voice because black women, their voices aren't heard or something like that. Even though I would say that right now in the current time, black women tend to be benefiting the most from the woke revolutionary movement, right? The head of all these movements are black women. The loudest voices right now in the media are black women. The vice president is a black woman, or maybe she's an Indian woman. I don't know. She's a different race based off which crowd she's trying to appeal to. Every diversity inclusion officer in corporate America is a black woman, right? Black women are winning right now, okay? So this whole narrative about, oh, black women are being, you know, shut out and all that, I don't know about that. Not today, okay? But furthermore, she talks about feeling threatened by the American flag, okay? Feeling threatened by the American flag, okay? And she says especially when it's not on 4th of July or when it's flown beside a Trump flag or a Confederate flag, right? She talks about being in North Carolina right now. Many of you guys know North Carolina is my state, okay? This is where I'm located. And I have seen plenty of Confederate flags in my life. Matter of fact, I think dude down the street, down the road, has a Confederate flag, okay? And do I feel threatened by that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know why? Because I honestly don't give a damn. Isn't that a crazy concept, right? Isn't it crazy to just let people have their freedom of speech, whether or not you agree with it or not, and keep it moving, right? People have the right, whether you agree with it or not, to fly whatever flags they want, okay? Now, again, do I agree with it? No, not necessarily, but at the same time, what harm has it been done to me? Zero, none, okay? And I never get triggered by the BLM flag or the pride flag, right? When I talk about BLM, okay, or talk about, the LGBTQ movement or whatever, I never talk about their flag. I never talk about what I think their flags represent and all that, because I don't care, right? And I never talk about how they shouldn't be able to fly their flags, even if I don't necessarily agree with everything in their movements, right? Just like I don't agree necessarily with the Confederate flag and what it most likely stands for, okay? I don't necessarily agree with that, but all those groups have the right to fly the flag, and I'm not going to be threatened by it. If anything, I would rather them be able to fly it proudly. So I know more about this person. I know more about a stranger than they not be able to fly it, and then I know nothing about them. Because when you're interacting with people, the more you know about that person, the more information you have to be able to figure out what is the best way to interact with this person. How may this person feel about a certain group of people? And that's why I love freedom of speech. That's why I'm so hardcore against censorship, because even if people say stuff I don't agree with, right? I want them to be able to say it because I want to know what you think. I want to know how you really feel. Life is almost like a game, right? It's a game, right? And the more information you have, the better off you can play the game of life. And these people that's out here talking about they feel threatened by the Confederate flag and complaining about the American flag and all this stuff, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, you don't agree with freedom of speech? You don't agree with their right to be able to fly a Trump flag and American flag beside each other? Like, I don't understand. What do you want, right? Why are you complaining about this? Because them complaining about it, again, they have the right to feel that way. But what you're really saying ultimately is that I don't think they should be able to fly a Confederate flag or, a Trump flag or whatever, right? That's ultimately, in their ideal world, that's probably what they want, right? That's probably what they want. Right now, they're like, oh, the American flag is offensive. Okay, the same way they said Silent Sam was offensive. And I'm bringing this up because I went to UNC Chapel Hill, and Silent Sam was a statue on campus, right? That was given to the university or funded, right? Or whatever, right? By the Daughters of the Confederacy. And I never thought anything about the statue, okay? I walked past it, almost every day. I never thought anything of the statue until the woke revolutionaries started telling me that I should feel threatened by it because I'm black and it's a Confederate statue. That's what they started telling me, right? And then after that, there was this big battle in which they eventually got rid of it, right? Now it's just an empty plot of land that doesn't look nearly as good or historic as it used to be, okay? And guys, I'm not defending the Confederacy at all, right? I just don't care that much, right? Like, I'm not fascinated with the Confederacy to the point where I'm going to spend my energy trying to take down everything that has to do with the Confederacy. Bro, we have streets named after the Confederacy. We have graveyards named after the Confederacy. I mean, I might be buried in the Confederacy graveyard. When I die, I don't know. But I don't care because it don't bother me. But my point is that it starts with saying, oh, I feel threatened by the American flag. Oh, I don't like the stars and the stripes. I don't like the whiteness of the flag. And the next thing you know, these people are going to be asking to ban the flag. We got to ban the American flag. Okay? The same way they wanted to take down Silent Sam, right? This is how it starts. Because, again, instead of being smart enough to take ownership of the flag yourself and to start flying your own flag, okay, and, give your interpretation of what you think America is, instead of doing that, I'm so threatened by the American flag. I'm triggered. Oh my God. Like, it's just annoying, man. It really is. I don't understand why people are so soft, right? You're so soft. You're mad because somebody flies a Confederate flag in a big truck. Like, who cares? And at the end of the day, what they're really doing is that they're giving these people more power. You claim to be fighting against white supremacy, but every time I look, you're giving them more power. You done damn near gave them the American flag. You said, hey, here's the American flag. It represents whiteness. It belongs to you. Instead of taking back the flag, okay? Instead of saying, no, this is our flag. This is what we think America should be. Fighting over the flag. No, they're not going to fight over it. Here you go, white supremacists. Here's your flag, right? That's what they're saying, okay? And I'm not saying that people that fly the American flag are white supremacists. Obviously not. I'm just saying that's their argument. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what they're saying, okay? I got my American flag, my wooden American flag in the background because I love America, right? And I think that the flag ultimately unifies everybody. It really does. That's why I love it. You know, like, I really don't understand. I really don't. They're giving people power and then complaining about those people that have power when you're giving them everything. When you say you feel threatened by the American flag, you're giving those people more power. You're letting those people know, like, oh, if I fly this flag, it's going to trigger the libs. So guess what? Now you're going to have more people flying the flag. You're going to have more people riding around in big trucks with huge flags because they know they're triggering the libs. Shoot, I might start flying the flag just to trigger the libs, okay? Now that I know that it triggers the libs, I might just start flying a flag everywhere I go, okay? Again, these people are not that smart. I don't understand. Why do you keep trying to give people more power? I don't understand. I really don't. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.